Okay. Good afternoon, Speakers Playhouse Live, Dallas 2024 and VIPs. I'm so excited to be speaking here, delivering my 20-minute version of my keynote, Living in the Bliss Lane. The purpose of me delivering this keynote is to really market myself and grow, because I believe, because of my life story and everything I'm trying to accomplish, I deserve to spread bliss and inspire so many by delivering paid keynote speaking gigs and so much more, of which I've done already in the past 2 years. I want to start out, I am so enveloped in the word bliss, not for its euphonic sound, but also the meaning it carries. Aren't we all so blessed that our English language has given us this word bliss? Just the sound of it, the way it sounds and the meaning. I've been told bliss just makes you feel so happy, above happy inside. And that's what we all want, even during challenging times, right? That's what bliss means to me. What does bliss mean to you? And so can you do me a favor? Whenever I say bliss and count 1, 2, 3, can y'all repeat it back for me, please? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, bliss! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to start out from the very beginning of my journey. I was born over 30 years ago in June of 1993 as a Texas-sized preemie in Conroe, Texas. Yeehaw! Yeah. Blissfully born there. So proud of it. And what's so ironic, one of my best friends, a brother from another mother, as I would call him, his name is Tyler. He's on this venture with me, and we're changing lives together. He was also born as a preemie. I guess as a Louisiana preemie, right? Since you were born in Shreveport. Yeah. What would we call you? Occasion? I don't know. Occasion? Yeah, maybe. A Louisiana. Yeah. But he was born in February of 1991. And what's so ironic is, we say this all the time, I had a twin sister whose eyes were reversed. We both developed retinopathy prematurely. I had retinopathy prematurely. So did Tyler, right? But we saw the same eye doctor in Detroit, Michigan. And we had the same similar eye surgeries. But he had a twin brother whose eyes were reversed. He sees perfectly. And I have a twin sister who sees perfectly, but also has a little bit of cerebral palsy too in her leg. But yeah, that's our ironic story there. But despite this, I had numerous eye surgeries to get the vision that I have today. It was also the support of my family who helped me keep going. For instance, my grandmother, when I was a baby, a doctor told her, I don't know why, but if you take your grandson's little finger and just hold it, it sends love from one human heart to the other. And that's what really got me going. I also had lots of physical therapy to overcome to really get stronger. And also other health struggles I had were seizures. I had a history of seizures. After I had seizures because I would be overstimulated by noise, light, and sound. One of the seizures I had that nearly almost took my life was in July of 2001 when I was 8 years old. I nearly drowned in my grandmother's pool, and the seizure was caused by going to my first Instinct concert the night before. due to the overstimulation of noise, light, and sound. But thankfully, one of my cousins rescued me and saved me. I had to have lots of medical procedures and tests, and I couldn't live life as blissfully for a few years because I had to be restricted to anything that was overstimulating me, such as noise, light, and sound, and stress. However, in the summer of 2005, after receiving all the standard tests again, I blissfully, as I should say, outgrew my seizures, and I live a life of even more bliss today. I could do anything I set my mind to without being overwhelmed. Isn't that blissful or what? Yeah. So those are my health struggles. Now I want to talk about my blissful school years. I was educated both in bilingual private and public schools, both in Mexico and the United States. And Tyler, if you being in the audience, I know you have a very similar story. But I went through my school years just like anybody else. I participated in everyday learning through the help of private instructors that my mom hired. And unlike so many blind students like myself who learn the standard mediums such as Braille and screen readers, I did learn Braille, but not until later in life. I mainly used large print to focus on the vision that I had in case there were any new developments and procedures. But it was later on until I learned Braille, and a lot of other students during my school years saw me as a hero because I could do anything else just like them, except with assistance, of course. I also participated in many sporting events, such as a swimming, track team. And growing up, I also wanted to pursue radio ever since I was a little boy. I would go home from school every day, listen to different radio stations throughout the day, listen to the DJs talk, and do the thing that just inspired me. I had a crafty plan, though. One night, when I was 7 years old, I asked my mom and stepdad, I have a Valentine's Day gift for you. And they're like, what? I want to take you to the radio station. And they're like, oh, what, you want to take me to a radio station? No. Saylor wants to go to a radio station. I went to the radio station to sing a song in Italian, Andrea Bocelli. And I also sang on 3 TV talk shows as well. But after that, I never learned a new song. So get this, me going to radio and TV station was just a sneaky and crafty plan to get myself in the foot in the door because I love radio. But I did continue radio. I attended many summer camps throughout my teen years. And when I went to high school in the U.S., in Texas, I would do radio shows every Wednesday night on the school's radio station. That was the radio voice of the week, as they would call me. And I did radio shows throughout all my 4 years through high school. It wasn't until after high school until I had more challenges in radio because, as you know, not all radio stations and working facilities are completely accessible for people with disabilities. I completed a broadcasting apprenticeship program with a broadcasters mentoring group under Nick Russo at Houston's New Country 100.3 The Bull, where I did basic audio editing, attempted to run a soundboard, but again, not all that was accessible. However, some bliss was brought to me whenever my good friend Herbie Allen, who's done his internet radio show for years on his own station, 98.6 The Mix, he introduced me to the station playlist suite of products, software that's completely accessible with screen readers. And because of this, I now host Me and Tyler in the audience need to acknowledge him. We host a radio station called Real Variety Radio, where the station runs 24/7, playing all genres of music. And we were not stopping with that. We want to monetize and hire other people and spread a good message, right, Tyler?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, thank you for that audience participation there, yeah. And now it brings me to my entrepreneurship venture. I want to talk about my entrepreneurship. I'm so privileged to be standing here in front of y'all speaking because of the venture I've been on so far. As you know, for people with disabilities to find employment is much harder. There's a 70% unemployment rate amongst people with disabilities because of various reasons. Not all hardware and software with tools are accessible. And also unfortunately, there's a lot of discrimination out there. Companies don't want to hire people because they'll say, oh, we're liability, so-and-so, all that jazz. So I did have a few jobs in customer service and whatnot, but I started my entrepreneurship venture because I could never advance in employment. And it was one day, one of my good friends, Kevin Kirk, he saw me sitting in the corner at home listening to annoying customer service phone calls, complaints, yada, 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 and all that. And he said, Saylor, you could do so much more than this. I'm going to connect you with my good friend Scott Irwin to see what he can do for you. And therefore, he got me connected with Scott Irwin. Thanks to Kevin and Scott, they provided funding, which led me to meet these fabulous luminaries here at Speakers Playhouse and Palooza, such as the serial entrepreneur Kimberly Crow, Michelle Abraham, Jenny Trask, and Joe, Mr. Always Good. I love y'all, yeah. And from there, it just took off. Me and Tyler, we launched the Hope Without Sight podcast, which features people who've overcome challenges in life, wide variety of challenges from health struggles to disabilities to illnesses, like a fellow speaker here who spoke before me about his life story. Will, I want to have you on my podcast. Yeah, I know we can work together. Yeah. And we've had over 70 episodes, and we hope to do so much more, such as launch the Blissful Life Community membership, teaching people how to live in bliss, even during challenging times. Of course, we're hosting Real Variety Radio. I've been a fabulous podcast guest. I have a privilege of speaking on numerous stages. And I thought that I would write a book at some point, but I never knew I would do it so fast. Thanks to the incredible Kelly Filardo and ChatGPT AI, right? Last year, I published my first book. It's right here. Navigating Life's Challenges, Understanding Personality, Stress, and Family Dynamics. It's a guide to live a life blissfully, how to navigate different personalities and manage stress. And I dedicated this book to my mom, who overcame a lot of challenges herself. And 2 weeks ago, I wish I have a hard copy, but I don't. Thanks to Amazon being late for it. Come on, Amazon, hurry up with those hard copies. Right. Well, thanks to Kelly Filardo again, and also my sister who helped me with the editing. I published my second book, A Direction to Bliss: Men Transform. Because earlier today I spoke, I gave my 5-minute talk and talked about the pressing issues of toxic masculinity and machismo. I really hate those phenomena that men experience. It's not good. Who all here has experienced toxic masculinity? Do you know what toxic masculinity even is? Yeah. It's a terrible phenomenon where men are trained to be harsh and stoic and speak in harsh tones to people with disabilities. Trust me. I've been spoken to in harsh tones by men. I won't mention names for the sake of privacy, but those men don't belong in my life. So this next book I wrote, it's 10 chapters on how to live blissfully as a man, from balancing positive masculinity. And I know elements of traditional manliness are good, but you have to balance it. You have to know when to use it and turn it off at all times, and don't overuse it. So chapters 3 and 4 talk about that. And I even tackle phrases like man up. Don't man up, man blissfully. Be a man. A boy is soft. A man grinds. Those are harsh phrases, and we should never use those in society today. And I'm a voice here using my experience as a catalyst to change these negative stereotypes so society can be more blissful with men. In chapter 6, I even talk about fatherlessness, how so many people are abandoned by their fathers. It's not good. As a Texas-sized preemie myself, my father didn't want me, but that's his loss. And I even mentioned I even put skits in chapter 6 on how I aspire to be not only a great father to my future children, but also a good blind father, and advocating for blissful masculinity. And so I hope to accomplish many more. And of course, I'm also speaking. I'm working with a mental health comedian, Frank King, until we get my speaking career the way it needs to be, until we die trying. That's why I'm so privileged to be giving this 20-minute talk here. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to leave you some action items and learning objectives. Learning objectives are discover your blissful talents. Reach out to support systems for people to help support you if you don't know where to turn. I'm only here because thanks to family and friends such as Kevin Kirk and Scott Irwin, who assisted me. Thank y'all so much, and y'all are still assisting me today. And also, find your passions. Find what makes you happy to do in life, because you can make a difference. I want to leave you with a conclusion, and maybe I'll do some Q&A if we have time. In conclusion, find your bliss in life. What brings you joy in life? Never allow anyone to not tell you that you can't do something, because you truly can do anything you set your mind to. And I want to close with my core message. I'm the blissful resilience advocate, as y'all know. Repeat with me. Thank you, English language, for bliss. Oh my God. When I live in bliss, I can overcome anything.
When I live in bliss, I can overcome anything.
That's right. Stay blissful, everyone. Thank y'all so much.
There you go, Saylor.
Woo! Thank y'all. Any Q&A? We got time for Q&A.
You're at 1 minute 58 seconds.
Any Q&A? Any quick questions?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Also,
Where do we get your book?
get my book on Amazon. Navigating 2 books on Amazon. I have hard copies of this book now if you want to purchase some. Unfortunately, I don't have the book number 2 because Amazon didn't deliver it. But you go to realvarietyradio.com to find all my information. I even have a hat that has a QR code where you can scan and find my information too. But thank y'all so much.
That's awesome, Saylor.
Woo! Yeah.
Go a little bit to your right.
So it was right at 20.